Hey YouTube, what's going on? Why am I making this video? I'm making this video today to speak about bilateral clubfoot. This is a condition that I spoke about on one of my first videos I ever made on YouTube. And what's prompting me to make this video is that I have recently received messages on that video with people reaching out to me with similar situations and pain and stiffness and everything that I go through. So are they. So I just thought it would be really cool to just kind of give an update and reach out to the community of people with club feet, or even mamas and papas that have children that are now going through surgeries or going through the Ponseti method or going through any type of casting. Like, I'm an adult who has experienced it. I've had surgeries and I just want to speak about it and what I'm going through as an adult. So after that video, which was about 2 years ago, a lot has changed, and I wish I can say for the better, but unfortunately my condition has increasingly gotten worse. I went to go see a podiatrist soon after I made that video, and this podiatrist used to be a clubfoot surgeon in pediatric patients. He was so excited to meet with me, and he just kept saying that it's an honor, that he's going to help me so much, that he's done so many surgeries on infants and toddlers with this condition, but he's never gotten to see, he was never able to see what was the update when they got older. So to have me as one of his patients was a thrill, and he was going to make my life so much better, and he promised me the world. Now, so he said, plan of care is we need to fit you for custom orthotics. These custom orthotics are $600, and they're going to make you so much more comfortable. You're going to be able to stand on your feet. You're going to love me after we do this. You're going to thank me. It's going to be amazing. And so I believed him. I was excited. I was like, I can finally get relief. This is amazing. $600. Here you go. Here's the money. No questions asked. So they fit me for the orthotics. I get them about 2-3 weeks later. They were hurting in the beginning. I wore them for maybe 2 hours and gradually tried to be in them longer. And I kept telling myself, okay, they're uncomfortable because my feet have to adjust to this new stability that I never had. And eventually the pain was really unbearable. And when I would take my shoes off at night, I didn't have balance. Like, I can only walk with the orthotics, and now that I don't have them, I can't hold myself up. I would bump into walls. Everything was really strange. And the other thing that happened from these orthotics was I started to get these huge calluses on my heels. I've never had that before, and it wasn't like something that you can ignore, because these calluses became so huge that they were like huge balls on the heels of my feet. And when I didn't have the orthotics on, it was even more unbearable because these balls didn't let my feet go on the floor, and it was painful and it was uncomfortable. So I said, you know what, I need to make a follow-up appointment. I went back to this doctor. Now, by the time I went back to him, it was probably 6 months later. I hung on to every word he said that first visit. To me, he was like God in that moment. Like, you're saving me right now because I'm in excruciating pain, I'm uncomfortable, and I'm afraid that this is going to basically immobilize me. So you're giving me a chance at a normal life. So I hung on to every single word that he said. So now I remember that he said, you're going to thank me, you're going to love me, these are going to be the best thing you ever had. Okay, so now we're at this appointment. I show him my orthotics, I show him the calluses on my feet, I explain to him what I'm feeling and everything that's going on, and first thing he says to me is, no, these are the worst things for your feet, these are no good, you need something else that's going to stabilize your ankle, these are too hard for you, you need something that's going to absorb more impact. I can make something for you that's going to change your life. Throw those out. Don't ever wear those again. And I'm like, yo, I just spent $600 on these, and you're telling me to throw them out. Like, I'm confused. So now his plan of care is to create me new orthotics that are also $600. And these are going to help me so much more. So I said, you know what? Let's hold off on that. I'm going to get back to you. Because at this point, I really don't feel like he has my best interest at heart. It's just seeming like it's more about, I don't know, I could be wrong. Needless to say, I didn't go back to him. And I just stopped wearing orthotics and going about my life. Pain would increase sometimes, and then sometimes I wouldn't feel it. It would come and it would go. For the past maybe 2 months, the pain has been so unbearable. I literally can't even pinpoint a moment that changed everything. Now it's to the point that getting out of the bed in the morning is a whole to-do. I wake up in the morning, I'm putting like a towel at the balls of my feet and pulling my feet to flex it as much as I can to kind of stretch my Achilles because it's so stiff. If I step down without doing that, I feel like I'm going to snap it. It is tight. I can't flex my feet. It's unbearable. It's uncomfortable. I'm taking like a ball, like a tennis ball, rubbing it on the bottom of my feet. I have a massage gun. I'm massaging my calf and everything just to get out of the bed in the morning. Now, for a while that was helping just a little bit, but after work, I'm a mammographer. I stand on my feet all day. Once I got home from work, like, it was done. The moment I sat down and rested, even if it was 20 minutes, there was no way I can get back up. It got so bad to the point that just the other day, I didn't have no one at my house to help me, and I had to crawl to the next room because I could not stand on my feet. Do you understand what that feels like? I'm sorry. Not being able to stand up. I am 33 years old. It's really... I don't want to cry in this video. It really sucks, I'll tell you that. And I can't just stay home. I can't just not work. I have a family I need to take care of. So I put my big girl panties on and I do my stretches and I do everything that I gotta do, and I work in pain, and it just is what needs to be done. So I started to get really depressed because I keep thinking, I just got married last year, my kids are still young, and this is my life. Work and then in bed completely in pain, and not like I used to be like this jolly, fun, like outgoing person, and now I just like, I don't want to talk to you. I don't even want to see you walk. Like, I'm jealous of people walking. It's so silly. Like, I literally watch people walk, and when I see them like complaining about stuff or just looking like they're having a bad day, it's almost like sitting there like, I wish I can, like, anyway, that's a whole nother story. Don't compare yourself to anyone. I do find myself watching people walk and watching their ankles and their feet and stuff like that, and I don't know why I do that, but anyway, I looked online while I was at work, and I said, I need to find a new podiatrist and I need to see someone soon, because my fear is that my club feet are starting to come back, that my bones are shifting, and that it's reverting back to a turned position. And yeah, so I went and I followed up. I called the doctor. They was able to fit me in that day, and I took an Uber there from work, and this guy was like amazing. He took pictures, he took x-rays, he said to me that I have arthritis in both feet, but I have more arthritis in my left feet, that my joint spaces are narrowing, and that could be where the pain is coming from, but he sees that I have very limited mobility, and he wants to do an ultrasound. So he asked to see me walk, and I walked for him, and I was holding onto the walls. It was very difficult, and my ankles were swollen and everything, and so he saw that, you know, I'm really in pain and things are just not looking good. So he did the ultrasound, and the first thing that he saw is that I have multiple tears in both Achilles tendons. And he said, this could really be where your pain is coming from. He's like, I don't know how you've been working like this. And if you are a mom, or if you're just someone that knows that you're a provider for your family, you know that there's nothing that can stop you. Like, you have to do what you have to do. So it didn't matter that I was in pain. It didn't matter that some days I felt like I couldn't do it. You have to figure out and muster up the energy and just do what you have to do to take care of the people that you love. So that's what I do, right? And he pretty much said, normally what he would do is put me in some type of boot if it was like 1 foot. He said, but it's both, and the concern is making the tear worse. And unfortunately, I'm allergic to all types of anti-inflammatories, so I can't take anything like that to help me with inflammation and pain. So he created a heel, what is it called? It's a heel lift that he put under an orthotic that I got from, it's not a custom orthotic, it's custom fit, not custom to my foot. I don't know if you know the difference, but it's basically you go to one of those stores, they kind of see where your pressure points are, and they give you an orthotic that would be best for that. So it was just something that I was using to absorb some of the pressure. And he put a heel lift under the orthotic. He built up the arch, and he wants to see me in another 2 weeks. He said he wants me to follow up with another doctor that can kind of give me custom therapy for my feet. He said the therapy that I was getting is not for me. He said the orthotics are not for me. I need something that is going to be more geared to specific things in my feet, and he's going to speak with his colleagues and come up with a plan for me. So I felt so thankful that he wasn't just asking me for money and saying that I need all these expensive devices to kind of help me walk and things like that. So when I come home, I put on these like braces that my husband kind of got for me just to create some type of like mobility. This is what it looks like. I'm wearing them on both my feet. It is helping a little bit. I'm able to kind of stand a little bit more than I was before. I really cried, and I'm tired of that. Sorry. Whew. It's just really scary. And outside of that, on a positive note, knowing that my bones aren't like turning, that it's more soft tissue, it's kind of like makes me feel a little bit better. The pain still is there, but I know that eventually, hopefully, my Achilles would heal. He also said that my plantar fascia is very inflamed, but it's to be expected, and that shit is really uncomfortable. Anyway, so during this time though that I've been having all this pain, I have been searching up like Facebook support groups with club feet and things like that, and I've been reaching out to a lot of people and learning about their condition and sharing stories, and it has made me feel so much better. So if you see this video and you have bilateral club feet and you understand what I'm going through, just put a heart below, share your story with me. Trust me, you're not alone. After speaking with so many people and learning that we do have similarities, it just makes me feel like, you know what, I'm not the only one going through this. And actually seeing like the babies that are currently going through this, and the moms and the dads and how they're handling it, and the families, you know, my heart goes out to them, and I wish that I can help out in some type of way. And I don't know, maybe I'll figure out something. So there's hope for me yet. I really can't wait to meet with this doctor. He was so tentative and just listened to me, and truly every time I pointed to an area of concern or a place that I had pain, like he thoroughly explained why I'm having that pain there, and he was like, yep, like he was just basically reinforcing everything that I feel, and then it makes me feel like I'm not crazy, like I know that there's something wrong. And the other thing I want to say is that for the past month to 2 months, I have been getting up every day, walking and working on torn Achilles. That to me, I'm not proud of it, but it just was a moment where I sat down and I'm like, yo, if there is something that I want or something that I think that is needed, there is nothing that stops me. And that can be a good thing and it can be a bad thing, because it's okay to sit down. It's okay to take a moment and say, this is just too much. And that is a problem that I'm realizing that I have. I'm always trying to think on the brighter side and say, everything is gonna be okay. Just be positive and things will get better. And that is a great way to think. But you can sometimes say, you know what, I need a break today. I need to sit down and I need to clear my mind, and I need to just say, you know what, it's okay to not be okay. You don't have to always be the hardest working person in the room. You can sit down. So with that being said, if there's anyone out there with club feet that sees this video and you understand what I'm going through, please share your story with me below. I love you guys, and yeah, speak to you soon. Bye.